Jacques, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's homeroom biology teacher and developer of the Pokédex app. But is that really all that he is? On top of being one of the researchers on Sada and Turo's team during the Area Zero expedition, and all these crazy references to hexagons and Terapagos, I have a strong reason to believe that Jacques is actually the secret main villain of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, similar to the way Vola was in Legends Arceus. First of all, let's talk about how I feel about Jacques before moving on to some more concrete points about why he's so suspicious. Jacques to me has always been very interesting. He's one of the first characters in Scarlet and Violet that was announced to the world, and he seems to be super important as Professor Willow decided to go to Jacques to name Gimmighoul's chess form over the other professors. But he seems to be the one with the least amount of interactions with us, and the one that we know least about. Clavel, Sada, Turo, and the kids all had their mysteries revealed, but not Jacques. Geeta as well, but we'll touch on her another time. The thing that got me looking for another villain in these games though, was the finale with AI Sada and Turo, and how they got taken over by the Paradise Protection Protocol, which I'm officially gonna dub PPP for easier use moving forward. AI Sada and Turo seem to have no idea about the PPP, and even wonder what the heck is going on. But to me, it always seems strange that the actual professors didn't let the AI professors know about the PPP, because why would they give them the information to shut down the time machine, but not let them know about a backup failsafe? It just doesn't make sense. And judging by their feelings for Arven at the end of the game, it tells me that the professors didn't just care about the time machine, as the AI professors once questioned. They cared beyond that, and that the AI professors most likely did have all of Sada and Turo's memories and feelings, and if that were the case, then that would mean that the PPP here was not a result of Sada and Turo, but more than likely a mechanism in place by another character, another villain who we've yet to uncover. And of the current cast of SV, there are 3 characters that stand out to me: Geeta, Heath, and Jacques, with Jacques being the one that I have my suspicions on. Jacques always seems to be this guy who's happy-go-lucky and super airheaded. But is he really? Yes, that is the persona that he puts on, but let's look into this for a second. How many of you knew that Jacques actually was one of the people to go down to Area Zero with Sada, Turo, and Clavel? Not too many of you, I bet. Clavel makes multiple mentions in the game that he went down to Area Zero and that the principal's office actually used to be Sada and Turo's first research lab and that he was a part of their team. And at the very least, Clavel does make mention of knowing Sada and Turo, but Jacques doesn't mention any of this once. He does in one of his biology classes say that he was once researching Pokemon alongside Clavel a long time ago, but doesn't make mention of it being Area Zero, which there was some text in the game that confirmed that Jacques went down there, but I'm struggling to find it now. But I have confirmed with a few other people that yes, Jacques did 100% go down to Area Zero, and that was confirmed within the game, just never specifically from his mouth. By the way, if you end up finding the text that confirms 100% that he did go down there, please do let me know. So why is he hiding such a fact? Above all else, if he knows Sada and Turo, why does he never reach out to Arven the way he does to us? And by the way, why don't you guys ever reach out to me the way I reach out to you guys? Apparently only 2 to 3% of my viewers are subscribed, so if you are enjoying, please do subscribe, because I'll tell you right now, a part 2 will be coming as a follow-up to this video. His teaching duties were only recent, as during Ortega's Team Star raid, Mr. Harrington makes mention that all the teachers in the school were hired a year and a half ago, giving a complete overhaul to the teachers that were there previously. So Jacques was probably doing his research till then. But why become a teacher? Well, if you play up this villain motif, it makes sense because in the Scarlet and Violet books, the principal of the school then was the one who sponsored Heath's expedition in Area Zero. And because of that, all the data from those expeditions were left in the school, which would give reason for Jacques to come and work there. And whether he mentions Area Zero or not, he definitely has some tie into Terra crystals and measuring Terra energy, because once you beat the game, he's the one monitoring all the Terra raid dens and sends you off to go take care of them, which is interesting because, correct me if I'm wrong, despite being a biology teacher and having hexagonal glasses, he doesn't actually make mention of the terrestrial phenomenon or doing research on it at all, which he definitely does because the hexagonal glasses, duh. Hassel's the only one who makes mention of Jacques terrestrializing in hexagons in one of his art classes, but beyond that, there's nothing. So again, this goes against his supposed airheaded personality. It shows that he's keeping quiet about something, and that works in line with his battle persona, because when he battles, he gets all serious and stuff, and is nothing like the Jacques that we know, leading me to think that he does have another, more quiet and serious persona. And going back to the 5 and 6 star raids real quick, that stuff was bogus, man. Like, come on, that guy was out for blood. Man sent us on a raid and is like, oh, those are really dangerous, you shouldn't do them, You don't know what's gonna happen to you. Oh, you did them? Oh no, you shouldn't have. Well, now that you did, just don't die and keep on doing them. Like, what the heck, Jacques? Farigiraf is also his ace Pokemon, a Pokemon that you can only get in Terra Raid battles or in Area 0. But of course, he could have just got a regular Girafarig and evolved it. And he would know how to do that since he did make the Pokedex app, meaning that he has knowledge on all the Pokemon in the Paladin Dex. But do you mean to tell me that he has knowledge on all the Paradox Pokemon and doesn't make any mention of them? He's a biology teacher and doesn't talk about how similar Amoonguss and Brute Bonnet are? Or the fact that he's one of the few people to actually have seen Paradox Pokemon and has Dex entries for all of them, further proving that he has seen and interacted with these Pokemon in Area 0 before? But unlike the rest of the characters of the game, Jacques goes a step further because he's aware of Paradox Pokemon from other versions, Pokemon that no one else is aware of. So in this case, in Scarlet, he'd be aware of Violet's Iron Bundle. How else would he have been able to create a Dex entry for it? But how does he know both Paradox Pokemon or not notice anything strange about it? I'll tell you why. Because thanks to something that my good friend Birdkeeper Toby pointed out, Jacques might be the only character in the game to be aware of both the Scarlet and Violet universes, and that's because he owns both the Scarlet and Violet books, and it's hiding in plain sight as they're sitting right there in his lab coat. Coincidence? I think not! While there is a chance that these books are just random books, the colors of Scarlet and Violet are odd. But the craziest thing about Jacques is not his appearance, it's actually his name. You would think that Jacques is just a regular old French name or something, and there's nothing crazy about it, but no. His English name comes from the same place that his Japanese name comes from. And what is his Japanese name? Zinnia. That's right, Zinnia. Now, actual Zinnia and Jacques don't seem to have any connection to each other, at least not yet, but the meaning behind their names remain the same. Thoughts of an absent friend or a longing of a lost friend. This explains Zinnia's relationship to Aster in the Delta episode. But for Jacques, what does it explain? We know so little about him that we don't know who or what he's lost. But it's quite possible that he has lost something and that the Paradise Protection Protocol is his way of dealing with the sorrow and bringing his lost friend back, which would be his motivation and goal, giving him the reason to be the actual villain of this game. And you know how crazy Pokemon gets with naming people after flowers. Those names always have some deeper meaning to their characters. Now there's a lot more to this that I just don't have the time to go over right now, mainly in regards to Jacques' connection with Heath and Terapagos, the role that Jacques might play during the Indigo Disc, how Jacques possibly never ages, and how him and Heath may be time travelers and possibly even related or even the same person. There is a lot to go over, a lot of breadcrumbs have been laid out, but I will be honest when I tell you guys that I haven't been able to solve the mystery of Jacques myself. A whole lot of suspicious things, but nothing to put it all together in the end. So I'm hoping that some of you guys may have some ideas on this and that I can share those ideas in part 2. So please do let me know if you have any such ideas. But the next part will go crazy into the lore of the Indigo Disc and take a deeper dive into Heath as well and see what he's all about, because that's someone else who I have my eyes on. But for now, Jacques is super duper sus and y'all should not be trusting him, because the last time this happened and you thought a guy was so friendly and innocent and could do no wrong, Bolo came out of nowhere and really showed everyone who the real mastermind of the game was. And I'm telling y'all, that's what Jacques is doing right now. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Take care of yourselves, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all over on the next video, alright? Later!